Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Rachel. I'll be doing another spirit art drawing today. So spirit art drawing, if you don't know, is a form of mediumship in which the spirit world wants to use regular types of communication. Could be channeling or like mental mediumship plus artwork. So I'll be doing a drawing. Let's get started on this drawing. Just finished this. Hopefully you can see this. This is a scene in a car. This is the rear view mirror, and this is the hand of a child that's braced against the side of the car. This child passed away from a car accident, and it was hard for me to connect with the spirit because closer to the end of the drawing, I found out that this child is about 4 or 5 years old. So just like it would be difficult to speak to a 4 or 5-year-old in normal waking life, it can also be difficult to speak to a 4 or 5-year-old child that's in the spirit realm. It's pretty sad because this child has passed. The driver of this vehicle was the grandfather, and the grandfather really loved his grandson quite a bit, and he is now in jail for the death of this grandchild, but he's actually not at fault for this accident. I asked, like, how did the crash occur, and they said that they didn't know how the crash occurred, or at least the child didn't know how the crash occurred. I don't think anybody, I think it was they were blindsided and didn't see how the crash happened, and that's partly why this is the rear view mirror. I know it's kind of inside the vehicle at this point, but I can't see what's in the rear view mirror. It's just all red. If this is the vantage point from the grandchild doesn't really know what happened. I have this tree. I think it's a cottonwood tree. It's kind of like a cartoonish version of a cottonwood tree. So maybe this happened in Cottonwood, Arizona, or else this was just a design that the child drew or something like that. But this tree is very significant because I saw it right away. And then also this drawing became very emotional at the end of it and saw these mourning faces. This is a scene of the child and the grandpa at the park because I think they were actually in the car on the way to the park when the accident happened. This was not the perfect family, okay? They did have some dysfunction. For example, maybe the grandpa was raising the child instead of like the parents of the child or something. And I do think that the grandpa had some anger issues. So the grandpa is not a perfect person. However, he did always love his grandchild a lot, and he was not responsible for this crash that he is in jail for. I did get some names. I got the name Edward as a first name, probably of the grandpa. I do think the grandpa's alive. The grandchild is dead, unfortunately, from the impact of the crash. But you know, this grandchild really loves his grandpa quite a bit, and he knows that his grandpa's not responsible for his death. And near the end of the drawing, I was asking, like, what else do I draw? And that's when I drew the sun in the back here, because the grandchild can't wait till they can play with their grandpa again. I mean, obviously in the afterlife they can do that. Like a childish sun here, a very basic picture of a son, and it's very sad that the grandpa's in jail for something he didn't do, but the grandson still loves his grandpa very much and can't wait to see him on the other side. If you know who this drawing belongs to, if you're familiar with this case, feel free to reach out. I don't really consider myself a crime solver, but this does seem like something that is actually going on right now. And this drawing was through the eyes of the child that was killed. Reach out if you know what this drawing's about, and I'll be back with another spirit art drawing before you know it. Bye.